Brick and mortar stores are the physical retail stores in an organization. There are several components of these stores that will need to be set up in Microsoft Dynamics 365 for retail. When you create a new store, you'll need to enter some basic information about the store to identify it. Although the retail stores form is shared across all legal entities, each store must be linked to a single legal entity. You will also need to name your store uniquely. You may do this by using a store number or text to help you easily identify each store. The store is linked to the distribution location, which represents the warehouse for the store, and the shipping location. These are standard warehouses and are configured in Dynamics 365 for finance and operations. This setup must be complete before you can create a new store. Additional configuration must be completed on the store in order for the registers to function properly. Some settings serve as defaults for each register, while others are store-wide and cannot be overwritten on each individual register. You can link financial dimensions to your store and configure the sales tax information for each. Each store is also linked to a default customer account. This is the customer account that's used in Dynamics 365 for retail for all anonymous sales. The customer must be created before the store can be created. Assortments are used to define the products that are available in the store. Any store can be linked to one or more assortments, and any assortment can be linked to one or more stores. Price groups are linked to stores to control how pricing will function in a specific store. Just like with assortments, these price groups can support many relationships. Registers are an important component of a store. You must create at least one register or device in order for the POS functionality to be enabled. If you're going to use the modern POS, you will need to create a device to link to the registers when appropriate. Workers are assigned to stores based on the use of the global address book. A worker can be assigned to more than one store if required. Once you have assigned workers to a store, you can begin creating shifts which define when and who will be working. At least one payment method must be configured on each store in order to accept payment in the POS. This configuration is important as it controls the financial postings of your payments when they're posted in Dynamics 365 for retail. Income and expense accounts are used to record miscellaneous types of transactions in the POS. These are optional, but typically at least one of each type is configured for the store. You can optionally use store sections to divide your store into various shelves and racks for reporting purposes. You can also link in modes of delivery to your store for delivering products from your store to customers. The channel database is created by an administrator after the core setup's complete in Dynamics 365 for retail. A link must be created between the store and the database in order for the data to synchronize correctly between the store and the database. The store creation process can be broken into 3 different sections. The first being the prerequisites. These prerequisites are going to include configuring your organization, creating a warehouse, configuring number sequences, configure parameters, and then creating payment methods, sales tax groups, products, price groups, staff, and we'll follow that up by configuring retail profiles and creating a default customer. The next step includes the retail store setup. So this would mean creating a retail store and linking it to warehouses and customers, and also assigning sales tax groups, payment methods, price groups, and other configurations. We'll also add the store to the organization hierarchy. And our last portion of steps is the after store setup. So this is where we'll get into configuring registers for stores, assigning assortments to them, and processing assortments as well. We'll also see how to create and configure the store database, add the store to distribution schedules, and then finally send that data to the store database, and the store can then finally be published. There are 4 additional areas of additional configuration to look at too. As far as creating and maintaining goes, we're going to be looking at managing multiple channels. These would include the retail stores, online stores, and marketplaces. We'll also see grouping stores by purposes, including channels, merchandising, and replenishment. Opening hours, hardware, and layout definitions must also be defined, and sales tax, pricing, and promotion rules too. We'll also look at self-labels and financial posting rules. Now, on the inventory and replenishment side of things, this is where we'll look at assortment management and centralized inventory visibility, master planning, replenishment rules, buyer's push management, cross-docking, purchase orders, supply chain rules, inbound and outbound logistics, and store transfers too. Now, as far as configuring point of sale goes, this is going to include the hardware profile and the screen layout, and we'll set some logon rules and right management for this as well. The point of sale will also include any functionalities, reason code management, offline profiles and payment methods, and then this will also include any history for our customer orders and loyalty and transactions. And we'll see how synchronization rules with back office will work too. The last portion of additional configuration is with staff management. So we can set up our staff and work on the shifts for them too. We can see how those are managed. And then staff privileges can be set up in our system as well. And as far as POS rights as well, we can get into setting these up for our managers or cashiers, setting the screen layout and logon rules, and looking at any POS transactions, including discount policies and how we can open drawers.